held a promotion on the air and invited contestants to call in to win the chance to get into the mud bog blindfolded. And there are 5 beach balls out there ranging from $50 to $250. And the person who gets the beach ball receives that amount of money. There's a $50 one to the left and $100 to the right. Now, these people actually competed, Margo, for the privilege of doing this.
That's hard to believe, Larry.
It really is. And they're blindfolded. And each one of them has a coach, and the coach is only allowed to say hot, cold, or warm, or stupid. When they call them when they go out there. No, actually, it's hot, cold, or warm is what they will call them, and they are blindfolded, can't see. And these guys are serious. Here we go. Z92, dash for cash. And then they go into the mud. The large lady going first. Here's another man, and he's almost down. They're both down. Look at this. Here's another guy. He's going to the beach ball, into the mud, fighting their way through the mud, the blood, the beer, here at the Omaha Civic Auditorium. Look at these guys. Now, their coaches are yelling at them. They're trying to find the balls. And here's this one guy who's going off nowhere, and this other guy has run into the railing, and the woman is going after him. Totally confused. Look at this. Look at this. Going for $250 first prize. And here's the one. He's got the $250. The one fellow has $250, but the rest of them are in the mud. Now, he's got to get out of there. He's lost his blindfold. He's trying to find it to stay in the game. This man actually did this. He qualified to do this. Can you believe this? Look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, a perfect example of what happens when first cousins intermarry. The Z92 dash for cash. Margo, don't leave me. Here's a poor girl covered with mud. Look, she's trying to find it. Her coach screaming at her. The blonde to the left is screaming at her. She's got a $50 one. Now, here's a man. Holy Toledo, look at this guy. He is just covered with mud. Get the tide out. He's wobbling around. He's tired. The other girl is exhausted. Here, he's almost got the ball. His coach is calling, turn around, turn around. The crowd completely into it. Ladies and gentlemen, this is cultural activity here. And he got the ball. He got his hands on the ball.
I think she's bartering with him to maybe trade.
He's got a $50 ball. I'm not sure what she's got. Look at this. And the blonde is still yelling at her friend. Stuck in the mud. The dash for cash. They actually tried to qualify to do this, ladies and gentlemen. They are not. It's not a form of punishment. They actually qualified to do this with a local radio station. The Z92 dash for cash. Man is losing his pants. He's happy. Now, there's a $50 ball left, and they're trying to get somebody turned around there to find it.
We've obviously lost a contestant somewhere.
Well, here, this beautiful young lady to the right, here she is. She's I'm going to make it, she says. Give me time. Woman's she's a little tired. More than a little.
Is she bogged down?
I think she is bogged down, Margo. But she's trying to make her way through the mud bog. She's in about 3 feet of mud. And here, the crowd is cheering her on, ladies and gentlemen. They're saying, come on. They're standing and cheering, and she's, I'm going to go for it. Look at her. Oh, and her coach is telling her, and she finally takes off she takes off the mask. The crowd is yelling at her, put the mask back on.
I think they ought to give her that beach ball
so
anyway.
Too. They're going to put a tow rope around her and try to tow her out.
She is literally stuck.
She's
Larry.
stuck.
No
She's stuck
joke.
in the mud. They're getting the tow truck out. They're trying to figure out a way to get her. Here comes another contestant in to help her. They're going to try to pull this poor young lady out. She is literally stuck in the mud. She can't get out.
Big Toe's first job.
This girl, it would take 2 pennies to weigh her. Let me tell you that right now. But she is stuck.
You can tell she's really concerned about the beach ball. Get that thing away. I just want to get out of here.
Now the crowd cheering her on, saying, come on, let's get the tow truck out, and let's see if we can pull her out.
I think she redefines the term good sport. What do you think?
I think so, Margo. She is actually literally stuck. The other contestants are trying to pull her out. We may be stuck here all night, ladies and gentlemen, trying to get this poor unfortunate lady out of the mud. Jerry Devine, the announcer, extolling the crowd to cheer on. Just, at least the crowd is loving it. Where else, ladies and gentlemen, but in America, in Omaha, Nebraska, could you see a crowd cheer for a rather large lady stuck in the mud? And there they've got her out of the mud. Ladies and gentlemen, they're lifting her out of the mud. Holy Toledo. She'll never forget this night, folks. There she is, crawling out of the mud. And there's Ken. Pulling her out, and she rolls out of the mud pit. She rolls out, but she makes it. The crowd goes crazy, standing and cheering. This is the main event of the Mudboggers, the open class. Run what you brung, no limit on displacement, no limit on machine. And they can run any kind of tires they want. And the crowd here has been waiting all evening long for this one. The modifieds, yes, but these are the open class machines. And it is the Silver Bullet out of Neola, Iowa. Don King, the driver, 30 years old. Petroleum manager in Iowa. He's been racing for 12 years. Started mudbogging 12 years ago on kind of a part-time basis. This is a home-built Ford, 514 cubic inches on nitrous oxide. It weighs just under 3,000 pounds. A port-injected nitrous, one carburetor, versus the fuel-injected competition. Got completely solid suspension in the rear. No shocks, no suspension, no springs at all in the rear. Look at this thing. Aluminum body, and there he goes, and he's going for it. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. All the way through. Oh, look out! And he goes up against the nets and almost into our broadcast booth as Cindy, our statistician, heads for the door. And I'm not kidding, that scared her.
That net caught him by one front wheel, Larry. Almost missed it. His eyes were real big.
Let's watch again. Take a look at him. Look at him come off the line, Margo. Spewing rooster tails of mud in the air. Look at him splashing through. Going for the goal. This guy is on the gas. He makes it through in 4.08 seconds. That's not bad on dry land, and he's going through about a 6-foot mud pit there. Look at him. Look at the chassis flex. The engine go up and down. Now he's fighting to stop it. He's heading for the nets. Catches the left front wheel on the nets. Locks up the brakes, and he stops. Woo! Let's talk about Mr. Toad's Wild Ride.